Pisces, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so take what works, leave what doesn't. And if I don't catch a wavelength or storyline in this reading, check your other major placements. We are starting off with the oracle decks of some sort of animal spirit and urban crow, and then we'll move on to more traditional tarot spread with the tarot mystical moments. So we're just getting an intuitive vibe for what we might be talking about here today. Okay, just reluctantly getting an intuitive vibe. Not sticking way out there, but not quite willing to. Okay, and then this puppy flipped around. I saw another flip around back here. Well, okay. Well, this is a good start. Here we have bond. So this is a bond of the heart. This is a heart connection. The crows. This could be a person, or this could be somebody or something. I know, apparently it's a person. Someone you have a bond with. I'm trying to say something else and it keeps coming out person. So someone you have a bond with, someone you are tied together with. And this doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. We have a lot of bonds in life. We have friendships, we have family, and then we also have romantic bonds. So I was thinking it could also be something that that really resonates with you and is really part of who you are. But this is some sort of bond. I feel like it I don't know, that commitment has a sense of volition to it. Bond is something that is simply, it can come from commitment, I think, but it can also be just, you know, how you're bonded with someone, whether you like it or not sometimes. So so this is about, I feel like, a pretty close relationship, maybe not someone you're bonded with. It could be someone who is in your home, someone who is far from you, someone close to you that you deeply connect with. And then we have horse spirit, freedom is yours. So that's really interesting, because this bond, I was just saying, it's whether you want to be bonded to this person or not. And this is almost saying, like, you actually do have more of a choice here than it feels and it originally seems. You may do have a choice whether to be bonded with this person or not. Freedom is yours. You're welcome to leave the bond, I feel like, if you want to. If you want to not be bonded with this person anymore, if you don't want this connection, you can leave it. You shouldn't be held here against your will. I also see, my initial thought is that you also have the freedom to go towards someone you feel bonded to. Just because the bond is there doesn't hinder you in any way. You can go towards what calls to you, and you can also go away from what once called to you, what once was yours. You can leave this bond behind, and you can also go this is clear as mud, right? You can also go towards something, a bond that hasn't necessarily come to fruition, a bond that maybe a bond that's been broken, that you can repair it, you can go towards it. Or you can go away from it. The freedom is yours. This horse, I see like the muscle, there's a strength here. There's a strength in this freedom. And then we have routine, which is really interesting, because to me, routine is the opposite of freedom, right? I'm not a routine person, though. Routine to me feels like prison, like jail, like you're trying to kill me. So you may be locked into a routine with someone that you're bonded with, but you actually have freedom here. You actually have freedom to break this routine. I mean, for some people, find freedom in routine, like routines for many people, for most people, I think routines like help them. Like they have their morning routine, right? And it helps them meet all their needs without really having to think through it. And then their mind's free to do other things. Well, then they do this, then they do this, then they do that, then they do that. And their mind's free to wander and go where it will, while the routine sort of takes care of the day-to-day aspects here. So this freedom is yours is really interesting in this reading. I mean, in all of my readings, freedom is yours, right? We have free choice, free will. So if we take that out, because that means like you can do what you want here, right? You can do what you want. You can do what calls to you. Just because you're in a routine or a rut with someone that you're bonded with doesn't mean you have to stay there, and it doesn't mean you have to go. You don't have to break a routine if you find it fulfilling. And if you find it fulfilling and useful for you and contributes to your life, stick with the routine. And it's like, do you feel bound to your routine? Is this there's so much freedom here that it's almost hard for me to see. Like, this routine, does it feed you? Does it give you life? Then stick with it. This routine, does it not? Does it feel like prison to you? Does it feel like a jail? Then leave. Like, you've got more freedom than you think here. Just because you feel bonded to something, just because something is routine to you, just because something doesn't mean you have to always do it, right? So we have routine, we have, going to work, going to home, right? They're going to their roost here. They leave at dawn, they come back at night for rest and return. So does your routine feel like bondage to you? Or does it feel sustaining and life-giving? That's what I see with this. Like, does this bond feel good, or does it feel like crap? Does this bond feel like a rut or like a life-giving routine? Do what you want. Freedom's yours. On the bottom, we have 7 of Swords. I rarely look at the bottom, but I felt like it. Deception and sneaky behavior. Something that looks wonderful, it's not. Maybe something that looks like a bond is not. Something that looks like it should be life-giving, like these flowers here, stealing this egg, it's not. There might be sneaky behavior going on. So far this reading has like, and a lot of unusual to me stuff going on in it. Past, present, inner landscape, what's the issue, environment, to-do list, possible outcome. Well, in your past, words were said, rash, brash, quick movement. This Knight of Swords, maybe this is someone you knew who was good at communicating, good with words. But this looks like the knights are always, they can be brave, and brave can either be reckless or courageous, right? They sit on that. The knights to me sit on that line between those two. And this would have been someone sitting either reckless or courageous. With words, communication. So there was someone here, you or somebody else, that was fairly reckless with their communication, or courageous. But something was said in the past. It was intended to cut through a bunch of bullshit. It brought some clarity, that's for sure. It was very clear, and it was in the past. This card's shown up a lot today and in these readings recently, this Knight of Swords. So someone coming in with a lot of clarity. Something was said. Something was said and understood. And then in your current situation, we have Queen of Cups. This is the current situation is trying to figure out how you feel about something. Maybe somebody said something to you and you don't know how you feel about it. You're the Queen of Cups, I think, or this could be someone you know that's just keeping their feelings to themselves. Like, lots was said and then it's silent. right? But the Queen of Cups, it's not that she's not, she or he, it's not that they're not communicating. I mean, it is that they're not communicating. It's not that they're not feeling. It's not that they're not, oh yeah. Seven of Swords usually has to deal with silence. It can also deal with silent treatment, being quiet, doing something quietly and in silence. So this Queen of Cups here, as someone who's been pretty silent about their feelings, they're not sharing, they're not talking about it, but that doesn't not remove the depth of how they feel, the depth of how possibly you feel or someone you know feels very deeply about a situation. But right, this clamshell is closed, clammed up. But the queens are very internally focused. Just because someone's not talking about something doesn't mean that there wasn't a lot of depth of emotion there. So you may have clammed up. You may not be talking about what's gone on in the past here, these sharpish words or these courageous words, but someone's got a lot in their heart and they're just kind of sitting here vibing with it. But that doesn't mean they don't have it, and that doesn't mean just because the clamshell's closed right now doesn't mean that it's never going to open. But this Seven of Swords often talks about not just lying and sneaking behavior, but sneaky behavior can also be, you know, not talking about it, just getting away with something while making as little noise as possible. Sometimes that's your best option, right? Just like, okay, this is impossible to talk to. I'm just gonna go take my toys and go home then, and I'm not gonna announce it. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna do it because I don't know. Either you don't know how to deal with the situation, or somebody here doesn't know how or doesn't want to deal with the situation. So someone here is clammed up. But they have very deep feelings, but they're not talking about it. And we've got two cards about not talking about something and maybe even trying to get away with something as quietly just tiptoeing out of the party and maybe even taking your party gift with you. So you're not talking about something. It does not mean you don't feel, you have some very deep feelings about something, but you're not discussing it. Looks like plenty of discussion happened in the past already anyway, so you're just vibing with how you feel, figuring it out, really thinking about it, trying to understand. Maybe tangled up in your head a little bit, maybe not able to let go of the feelings. In your inner landscape, your hopes, your fears, you have the Fool card. You may be hoping for a new adventure, hoping to take a leap of faith, or looking, maybe afraid of something new, afraid of a new adventure. Yeah, it's like you understand that anything new you start has some issues with it. It's going to have issues. It's going to have, right, this dragon. We're not on this fabulous path. There could be some, and the Fool card upright always to me means that you're aware of the dangers. You're aware of the dangers, but you are maybe looking to start a journey, hoping to start something new, a new situation, a new adventure, right? This is our Zero card. This is the contemplating the new journey, understanding, somewhat aware that there is some danger involved. That it is fraught. I love that you're in a rose garden here. And we have this little bird of communication, throat chakra, this whole top here, right? This has the heart chakra green, right? But we've got a little bird of communication here with throat chakra blue. And this sense of inspiration with this little yellow flower on the tip of this heart. So of this heart, the tip of this alligator here, this monster, right? And then we've got heart chakra here, this blue swimsuit. Oh no, that's throat communication, not communicating. And then we've got the communication here too as well. So we've got a lot of communication on this top row. I mean, this Fool card is the heart's calling, and there's almost like a sense of just waiting for the signal, waiting for the go communication, waiting for the signal to go on this new adventure and this whole new thing, waiting for that, waiting to feel inspired, waiting to get the signal to move forward with something that your heart really wants. So looking forward to an adventure, but just hoping for an opening there. And then in your recent past, or not in your recent past, man, I think I'm due for a nap here. King of Pentacles, not successful. Somebody here, this could be a person that has not been very successful, has not gotten what they wanted, has not planned. This is a person, this could be you. This could be someone who's supposed to be in charge of something but really isn't. So this could be a boss that just doesn't know how to lead, is very disorganized, doesn't plan things out, and kind of leaves you in a bind here. This could be someone who's supposed to be in charge and they're really not in charge, and they're supposed to be like in charge of money and career. There's someone that has some sort of presumed success, but actually not very successful. Someone who's maybe had a failed business, and that could be what's at issue here. A job that didn't pan out, a career path that didn't go anywhere. There may have been a lot of planning that went into it, and then it just wasn't successful in the end. Or this could be someone feeling not successful. This may also be someone who's got some sort of power, but they did not get it by earning it. They did not get it by making careful moves. They somehow ended up in this position of power and leadership without having any of the skills that we would want in our leader, that we'd want in someone who's got power and control. This carefulness, this careful planning, this, someone so this could be someone who's in leadership that didn't get there on their own merits, or this could be someone who's just had a failed business or failed. They're not successful. They're not successful in the path that they've chosen, even though they may have put a lot of work into it. There's not a lot of success here. In your environment, 3 of Swords. So some truths coming out and being very wounding, being very difficult to deal with. So someone may be heartbroken. Someone that you know, there could be some sense of heartbreak around you, right? If someone hasn't been successful, they might be a little bit heartbroken about it. This whole thing they put a bunch of work into and planning into, and there's a lot of heartbreak. So there's truths here that have come out. Heartbreak, pretty fast moving, comes under this Knight of Swords. This is both really this 3 of Swords. This is somebody who maybe came in with a bunch of truth, a bunch of revelations that really broke somebody's heart. And this isn't you, this is somebody you know that's had some deep wounding. And that came in very suddenly, like words were said, and it came in quickly, unexpectedly. There's a sense of being blindsided here. There's a sense of not having seen this coming, having been vulnerable and exposed, and not having had any idea that they were walking into an ambush here. So someone feeling quite ambushed, ambushed and upset. That's not to say that anybody did anything wrong here, because truths must be told. Sometimes we do need to do an intervention with somebody. There's, but very carefully, there are good ways and bad ways to do that. But truths came out, and someone is pretty heartbroken and upset about what they've learned, about the situation. So this is external to you, though. This isn't your heartbreak. This is someone else's heartbreak. You may have caused it, or you may just be adjacent to it and having to participate in it, having to witness it, having to be part of it in some way. Your to-do list is the Hermit card. Wow, coming right underneath the Queen of Cups. It looks like you're onto something here. Just clamming up and keeping your feelings to yourself, not blabbing everything you feel, because you've got the Hermit card is your to-do list, which is taking some time out, some time alone. There's a lot of alone here, which is funny because we have this bond right here. And we have sort of this community routine, commuting to work, commuting home. But we have this Hermit card. This is just getting in touch with what you want, right? The freedom is yours. So you can decide to go anywhere with this thing and do anything you want from here. But this is a call to it's your next step. You need to own your next step. Whatever anybody else is doing in this situation, whatever, you have the freedom to either walk away from something or stay with something. There's a bond here. You can stay with the routine. You can break the routine. This could be a routine of something that's a little bit dysfunctional, a dysfunctional routine that's been going on, and has kept you bound to somebody. But this is still like, you don't, the Hermit card, it's Virgo, it's the Virgin, right? Being alone, holding your own power in a way, holding your own light. You don't need to see the whole vast expanse of your life ahead of you. You can just see the next couple steps and getting a vision, understanding that, fishing in your own heart, fishing in your own universe for what your next steps are. And they need to be unique to you, uninfluenced by others, and you're just looking for your own North Star, and you're looking for that internal guidance system, that internal information. And it's outside of labels, whether you're somebody's, spouse or significant other or family or friend or employee. It's beyond the labels. We're taking a break from the labels, and we're going someplace a little bit beyond that, and we're getting into a space of your soul space, beyond your obligations and whatever, and you have the freedom to choose. And so this is basically like, take some time out from your routine to figure out what you actually want here, what you want. So spending time alone, reconnecting with your own soul's path. Queen of Cups, you're really onto something. Just stay in this and understand that you're not going to get a big grand vision probably. You're going to just get next steps and trying to figure out what those are for you as an individual. Four of Cups, again, so I'm starting to see this as breaking this routine, right? So Four of Cups typically there's an offer and there's finally a refusal. There's finally a breaking of a routine, stopping this. You've offered over and over again, and I've tried the drink you're offering over and over again, and I'm done, and I don't want it anymore. So that's often what the Four of Cups mean. And this can be unseen protection, not a refusal to acknowledge that you are protected. It's this arrangement between the goose and the silly little goose who's not being appreciated, and everything they provide for this person is not being appreciated. So somewhere here there's an offer and just a refusal to acknowledge the offer, or some sort of break. It's like this bond still exists whether she agrees to it or not. This is still happening. So do you want to continue with this or not? You have the freedom to choose. You need to figure out, do you want to continue providing protection and cover for somebody, or do you want to walk away and put your efforts elsewhere? Because this person is not, I don't want to say they're not going to change, but they're certainly not acknowledging what you're offering. This is so funny. Normally I see you as this person, but I'm seeing you as this goose right here, as trying to provide something, and it's just not being appreciated or acknowledged. There's again silent treatment here. Maybe that is you. There's again someone being silent, someone not engaging. So maybe it is you. Maybe you're not engaging with this. Like, I didn't ask for this umbrella. Please stop providing it for me. I actually do want to sit out in the rain here. So this could be a refusal to participate in the arrangement. It's just like, you can do what you want. You can do what you want, and I'm going to do what I want, which is not to really engage with you. I'm not engaging with this. So someone wants to continue with the situation and someone wants to stop it. And you could be on either side of that equation. All right, well, Pisces, I hope that was helpful for you. And I hope you're having a good summer, or maybe it's winter where you're at. I don't know. So anyway, see you guys in a couple weeks.